All right. Welcome. We are live. Looks like we're going live. Yes, it is. Audio's coming through. Welcome back, everyone, to the Unconventional Mindset. It is Monday. My name's Odum, and of course, what we're doing here is we are live streaming our way every Monday through Friday while we are creating our company, which is going to hopefully generate us $1 million in revenue every single year. And of course, as you know, or maybe not know, I don't know. Anyways, we're 10% there. We got 100K in revenue last year. So this year, hoping for a little bit more. Maybe we get to 250K. We'll see. We're going to keep plugging away. And we are building components, Webflow components. That is the name of the game. Now, I have it in the description. I should probably actually change this when I did this morning. We're going to work on some hero sections in our component library. But I've been playing around with the accordion menu, which I left last, I think on Friday. And I've been struggling trying to figure this out and trying to get something to work. And I couldn't figure it out. It's really, really frustrating. So basically, we have an accordion menu here. And when you click on it, it opens. You have kind of a nice smooth animation from item to item. Fantastic. That works no problem. But the issue is this height of this accordion needs to be set in the actual code. So this toggle piece here, you have to set this height. So now it's set to 60 pixels. And then when you go into the interactions and on the drop down open, you have to set that at the same height of what you want it to be. Whoops, definitely not that height. 60. And then, because when it opens up, it's going to go to auto. It's going to go whatever it needs to be. And just save that. And then when you go on to close, again, you need to set that to the exact height that it needs to be. And the reason you need to do this, of course, is because, let's just look at this, is because this whole thing here, the whole accordion is the toggle plus the content. That equals the whole accordion drop down. And the animation is on trigger when you click on, basically when you click on the whole thing, but I mean, it's really just kind of this toggle thing. And what it does is it sets the height of the whole container to whatever the height is of this toggle here. And then when you click on it, it just basically expands the height and then expands the height of the whole container. So you basically can't separate the two. You can't separate the toggle from the actual height of the internal element because they're all nested within that same container. So, and I was just trying all kinds of different things in order to get it to work. This is only, of course, in order to create a smooth animation. And for whatever reason, I couldn't get to the point where I can create a smooth animation using the interactions and using this pre-built accordion dropdown. So it just had me thinking, like, there's got to be a way that I could, number one, make an accordion menu, but also number two, make it so that it's not going to be reliant on JavaScript. So I think we're going to give that a little bit of a try, and then we'll get into going into our hero sections. Yeah, that's just what we're going to do. Well, we're just going to give it a try anyways. So let's go here, section accordion. So we have that there. And basically, let's just copy this and let's get our second accordion. So this is actually going to be called accordion 2. Whoop. This accordion uses all custom elements and interactions. Yeah, we'll go with that. Hey, Kevin, how you doing? Welcome to the stream and happy money. So I guess that's what we're trying to make here. Happy Monday. Hope you had a great weekend and great Thanksgiving, I guess, because you guys had your turkey day. I do believe over, I guess it was on Thursday, right? Right, it was on Thursday. Shoot, I forgot to say happy Thanksgiving on Thursday. Anyways, happy late Thanksgiving. Anyways, hope you had a good time and ready to get some good work done this week. Okay, so let's delete all that garbage because we are going to think about how we're going to make our own custom accordion. I know these guys have an accordion. I'm pretty sure they do. What would it be under? Let me just, yeah, they're recording. Because I know I've used it. I think I've even used it before. Right. So they have their accordion here. But the thing that I am not the most fond of is, and I could be wrong about this, but all of their accordions use JavaScript. Yeah. And while I know, like, you know, almost all websites use JavaScript nowadays, I still have that little feeling inside that, you know what, I just don't want to be reliant on JavaScript. Just, I don't know, just because. But does this accordion use JavaScript? Oh yeah, it does. It just says right here. Okay, so we're gonna see if we can build one without using JavaScript and only using native Webflow. Because again, we want everything to be super simple here. Okay, so this is going to be accordion 2, basically. Okay, so I think the difference between this one and the pre-made one is we're going to have the toggle and then the content, and then we're going to keep those. I think we want them. We don't want them to be in the same. We don't want them to wrap the whole drop down thing, right? Just like how this one is. You have the drop down, then you have the toggle, and then the content. We want them to kind of be on the same plane. I think. Oh no, hang on a second. Let's see where we get to. Now that I'm thinking about it, it needs to be wrapped up in something. But then I think that's where the animations are going to be triggered on. Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. All right. Accordion 2. We're just going to call this one toggle. So we're just going to throw a text in here. Click here to open content. And then we're going to have accordion to content. And that's good there. And we should, in the animations or interactions, we should be able to target the next element down. At least I'm hoping we can. Let's think. Is there anything? Oh, sorry. I'm hiding. There we go. My face was blocking. Okay. Yeah, accordion. There's the toggle and the content. So let's just style this a little bit here. Just put in some dummy stuff just for now so we can visually see what we're doing. Let's give that color and just white. Okay, and then here's the actual content. What do we want? We also want, say, the same padding. What did we have? 20, I think. Okay, right, because we are going to have to wrap it in something. G. Because it's only going to make sense. Because we're going to want to duplicate it. actually accordion to, that's the item. So here's where we're going to have to see how this is going to work. So let's start an interaction here. This is going to be on mouse tap. We're going to start an animation. We're going to call this add animation. We're going to call it accordion to open. And add an animation to, actually, let's select our right class here. We want the content, and we're going to add an action. We're going to, let's just do show hide now and just show it. So it's saved because here initially we are going to want it to be hidden. And let's just test this. So we click and then it gets shown. So this is where it's going to be a little bit more jarring than this one, in the sense that if it's, because this one, the content is still there. It's just overflow hidden, right? So when you click on it, it just expands the height. So it just brings into view the things that are hidden because it's overflowing from this element. So that's what gives it this smooth animation. So I would still like in here, oh, it's not closing. I would still like to make sure that we can maintain that kind of smooth consistency when we're opening and closing our custom accordion. But then we might run into the exact same issues in terms of having this thing flowing in and out. Wow, oh, I do think there's a few things that we can do. Okay, so I wonder if we could, and maybe we can do this in the other one. I don't know. Okay, instead of hiding that, let's just showcase this. If this thing has a height of 0, what do we get here? Yeah, it's still going to show everything. And I think we can't. That's still going to show up because it still has a little bit. Okay. Right. Was the response okay? Like your Thanksgiving was okay? Well, I guess that's good. Better than being bad, I guess. Yeah, you can also expand the height of the answer box from 0 to auto on click. Yeah, I think that's what you mean for the new one. That's what I'm investigating. And I do know that's why I ran into problems over this weekend trying to fix the other one, is that when you go from auto to 0, for whatever reason, the animation wouldn't stick on it. It would just go from auto to 0 like in an instant instead of actually using the timed animation. And I don't know why. That's what was really driving me kind of crazy over the weekend trying to fix this thing. It was really frustrating. So we have this one. So we click on this element and we want to show this. So, I mean, if we make this, because if we make this one have a height of 1, but of course it's got all this padding, and then we have the overflow hidden, or even if we make it a height of 0, that'll work. And I guess let's go, I think this is what you were saying, Kevin. If we go to this interaction here, Accordion 2 open. And okay, we don't want to do a hide show. Let's just delete that. But what we do want to do, we want to go to size and make it auto. That's on open, but we probably also want to do a size of 0 as the initial state. So this one could go with previous is fine. Oh, no, we can't do that. We can't do that. Okay, save. Let's have a look. Click. Okay, nothing's happening. Nothing's happening. So why is nothing happening? So the height of auto. So it doesn't know what height it needs to be because what? No, because if the height is set to auto, it should go to auto. So it should, the size of this element should take up whatever space it needs to based on the content that's within it. So maybe I don't set it to auto, or maybe I don't set it to 0 in here. So if I show this, now I click it, now it shows. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, perfect. Beauty. Because I guess a sizing in here, I guess it was overriding the animation. Not sure. Okay, so let's take a quick look now at doing an animation on close and see if this is going to work. Start an animation. And we're going to, start an animation. What did I do? Oh, I got to create a new one. A new one. We're going to call it Accordion 2 close. We're going to select our content. We're going to have that action. We're going to give it a size, and we're going to give it 0. And we're going to save. Open, close. Okay, so why? This seems like a lot easier than it should have been, than this one. And I don't know why this one was causing me so many problems. Very strange. Well, I like this. This is perfect. This is like exactly what we need. And like, this is it. Okay, interesting. Very interesting. Okay. And what we need, and of course we don't want to put any padding on here. Actually, we probably want to put it on this internal content here, which is going to help us style it a little bit more. And you know what we also want? Let's put in our icon. Let's grab this guy here and let's toss it in here. An Accordion 2 toggle. Let's still display it flex. Put everything spaced around here, and actually this icon. I need to get in there. How do I? It's like too small. There we go. Is this gonna work if I just do white? Yes. Okay, perfect. Okay. So let's make this look really good. So let's say Accordion 2 just toggle text. And hey, Kevin, I have a question for you. This is one of the things that I've been thinking about in terms of variables and how to best utilize them in a component library. So for example, here there's an accordion and we want to have it a generic margin, right? Say it's going to be, whatever, 2 REMs, whatever on each side. And then we're going to want to make sure it's going to have the same padding along the answer section. So the idea for me, of course, is to put that in a variable, padding, whatever, medium, small, whatever the case may be. But does it make more sense, or would it make more sense that in your variables, instead of just having these generic size options, like 1, 1.5, 2, to have something that's more specific where you'll have accordion 2 padding size and then have that number? So maybe that might not make sense for the style guide, but maybe it makes sense for each individual component. So when you're going into say you're in Piixel Pieces and you're going through the components and you're like, oh, I want to get accordion 2. So you cut and paste into your Webflow project, and then you get a variable that doesn't have like sizing tiny, and you're like, what the hell does that even mean? But it has a variable of accordion 2 padding, and then it's whatever. And then so instead of trying to go to every single side and updating your variables that way, or your padding, you just do it in the one place. That actually makes sense to me. And I think that hopefully is the way to go. And I'm hoping too that when you cut and paste components, that you can actually cut and paste the actual variables too, and that gets transferred over. I actually haven't tested that. I hope so. But that actually makes a whole lot of sense to me. And I really like that, now that I think about it. Anyways, let me know what you think. If you're still here. Sorry, I know every once in a while my the YouTube thing jumps and drops in terms of if anybody's on stream or not. I think that makes that makes a lot of sense to me. Sizing medium. We'll just do this for now. You know what we're going to rename? We're going to name this according to content container. And this will be according to, and that's just the content. Because this one is not going to have any padding. It's just going to have this overflow hidden. And this accordion 2 content, this is where the padding is going to go. I wish I can alt click or shift click and it does it for everything. Yeah, it won't let you. Oh, that's annoying. Or what's this button? I wish I can set the variables for each side simultaneously and not have to do it for every single one. There's got to be, no, so that just undoes it. Like a control click. No, doesn't seem to do anything. Okay. Now maybe for the sake of just trying to give this a little bit of a visual appeal, not appeal, but just so we can see things, let's maybe add a border on each side here. Just a very light border. And on the bottom, whoop. I think I was neutral light. Oh. Neutral light. Oh, that's too dark. Neutral lighter. I don't think I got the right one there. Oh, I didn't get this one. Okay, let's have a look. Open, close, open, close. Beauty. And the last thing we're going to do on this one is, and then we'll do the icon. Hey, Rolando, how you doing? Nice to see you. Happy Monday. How's it going today? Hope everything's going well. I'm just working away here at finishing up the accordion menus because I'm just not quite happy with the first accordion. I think that we were working on this one on Friday. And I was working this weekend to try to figure out how to get it working exactly as I want to. Couldn't quite do it. But for whatever reason, working beautifully when we do everything by hand. But the way that it's looking now, I don't know why it's not working here for this one. So I might have to take another look back to see what the hell's going on. And, oh yeah, right. The last interaction we want to do on open and close, let's take this guy and we are going to create a new action and we are going to, what do we want to do? I think we want to rotate. How much do we want to rotate it? It's around the Z, yeah? Let's go from counterclockwise. Minus 180. All right. So we save that. Oops, close the whole thing. Let's actually put this with the previous action. And let's actually do another one on here. And rotation, let's just set it to 0 as the initial state. There we go. And save that. And then we go to close. And we are going to, oh, back to the icon. We are going to, what are we going to do? We need to rotate. Right, back to 0. And that can go with previous action. Okay, that should be good. Open, close. Open, close. Great. Now, the one thing that we need to do, I didn't check for this, is on our interactions, we need to make sure that it's only going to actually open the content that is immediately below. So I have only siblings with this class. Ooh, is that going to work? Let's see. Now, let's create another one. And actually, let's go here with accordion 2. And let's display it flex, but vertical, and give it a gap. Maybe 2. And yeah, let's see. All right. Okay. Oh, we're good. Okay, good. Okay. Now, the last thing that we want to do is I want to close everything. Like when you open up one, it should open up the one. But if there's already something else open, it should close everything else. So this is where, can we do this without JavaScript? That's going to be the interesting question. So let's see. Let's take a look at our interaction here. Okay. So basically when we click on something, we set our initial states of the actual element to 0. But we also want, what else do we want to do? We want to make sure all the other content containers get set to 0 and animate. So let's take a look at this. Let's add an interaction. Let's go to size. And it does say all elements with this class. And can we say, I mean, all elements within this class, and we set it to 0. That'll set everything to 0. But that's going to conflict with this one right here, which is going to set the height to auto. But I mean, if I put it ahead, this is going to be a little awkward. So this is going to open. Oh, see, there's a delay there. Open this one. It closes, then it opens. Close, then open. Close, then open. No, it's not doing anything. So that's not quite what we want. And if we have them, if we put it here, that means it's going to click and it's going to immediately close everything. So there's not going to be an animation here at all. So one's going to be open. Oh, and it doesn't even open it nicely. Oh, no, that messed up somewhere. That messed up something. Hang on. Let's see what we got. Oh, that was on close. That was on close. I think I messed that up. No, where did that go? Oh, there we go. That's why. No, that's right. Accordion to open. It's got a wrong class. There we go. That's why it's all messed up. Or I put the wrong interaction on there. Okay, so that should be fixed up a little bit. So that opens, okay, then closes, opens, closes, opens, also opens, but then, yeah, nothing happens. Opens there. Oh, because I think, did I mess up? Did I edit this one? Oh, did I edit this one? No, that's still okay. Okay, something I did didn't stick. That's weird. Okay. Oh, no, it's here. All right. So all elements with this class close. Oh, but it's already set there. So I'm doing the same thing twice. So yeah, that's not going to work. This is only the sibling. But this is all elements. So that should be, you'd think that would close everything. So it's not closing everything. Yeah, because in order to close this off of a click, so this is what I think is good with the dropdown. And maybe Webflow uses JavaScript for this behind the scenes. Because if you click outside of the dropdown, it's just going to close it, right? Because it's just like the dropdown menu. Can you get away from that without using JavaScript? I don't know. Because I feel like you'd have to put in an interaction of clicking just like anywhere on screen almost. where you just have to create an interaction of click on page and then just close down everything. And then maybe what we do is we just don't have it close. And then if you want to have it closed, then you do have to throw in some JavaScript. That's annoying. Because JavaScript would make it obviously much easier to do. Let's see though. Let's see what else we can maybe do. So if there's anything else we didn't think of. So when I click on Accordion 2 toggle, which means I want it to open, I'm going to set the default height to 0, but I'm going to ask all elements with this class to also go to 0. But for whatever reason, that's not working. And if I go to close, if I go to, again, all of these content containers and hit a size for all elements with this class, and then I set it to 0, let's see if that helps. So if I open, close. So that works. If I open one here and I open this one. So closing, if there's multiple that are open and I hit 1 to close, it's going to close everything. So that's nice. Oh, actually. So closes everything. Didn't spin that around, but we can work on that. So we just have to get it now that when you open one thing and open another, it closes the other one. So we should. Maybe. Oh, it's because it's setting as initial state. So I think if we go here, after previous interactions, all elements with this class, we're gonna set the height to 0. If we do this at the same time, that's just for this one. Ooh, I wonder what's gonna happen. Maybe the second style will override the first one, or the second interaction. I don't know what these things are called. Action. The second action. Let's see with previous, and let's save that. Let's see what we get. So open this one and open this one. I think we have a winner. Except that second click is being a little finicky there on this one. The second click is not working on all of them. So it's being a little finicky, but it's kind of working. So that I just clicked there, it should have opened, but it's not. And I think because for how the open and closing, if it's already open and you click on it again, it's just making everything all wonky. So there's going to need to be a change in logic here. It's open, close, open, close, open this one, and it's not opening it, it's closing it. All right, very strange. Yeah, it's getting everything's getting completely out of whack. Yeah. Right, because it doesn't know. It's not getting reset after every click. So What can we do? Maybe what we can do. No. So if one of the accordions gets open, what is this doing? This is saying all elements with this class is going to be a height 0, which means that it's closed. And then this one opens, which makes sense. So how is it getting out of sync? And then when you open up, or when you close, this one goes down to 0. And they all go down to 0. So when you close something, everything closes. In fact, this is the same. This thing here is the same. We could probably just delete that. Open, open, open. I think I know what happens. I think when you click on it the first time, it opens it. And then you click on something else. It's closing it. But in the clicked state of that animation, it is still in the open state. So when you click on it again, it closes, but it doesn't do anything because it's already closed. So that's the problem that we're having. And I don't think there's any way, again, without JavaScript, to putting a tag on it to know that it's open or closed. Unless we actually do. Can we put an actual tag on something with an interaction? I don't think we can, eh? Like add a class. Well, I mean, that's JavaScript, so. Right, so that's our problem. That's our problem. And how do we fix this without JavaScript? Can we fix this without JavaScript? So I click on the first one, I open. I click on the second one, I open the second one. It closes the second one, but the animation itself still thinks it's open. I don't think there's any way to reset that. Unless we don't have these open and closed animations. Maybe it's all just one animation. So for every animation, when you click on something, it closes everything else and puts all the icons back to where it should be. But for the one that it clicks, that's the one that opens. And then we have that same animation. Oh, can we do it whether it's clicked on or clicked off? Because you need to have the two interactions, because there's always on first click or on second click. On first or second tap. Or maybe there is no second tap. Can you have no second tap? I guess we still need a second tap in the sense that if you tap on it again, it just closes everything. And like everything's closed. Let's see. Okay. All right, let's try. How many accordions do we have? I think we have 3. Right. Let's go. What interactions can we have? Mouse over, scroll while scrolling in view. No. I think we definitely need to on tap. Okay, on tap, select an animation. We're gonna start a new one. Let's just call this one Accordion 2. Accordion 2. All right, what are the first things that we want to do? We want to go to all these containers. We're going to go to actions. We're going to go size. All elements with this class, we're going to set the height to 0. And we're going to have that be animated, so that's going to take 0.5 seconds. But do we want to set its initial state as 0 as well? So let's go size here, 0, but that's the initial state. That's the initial state. And everything else, it'll take half a second to close. And then, again, that's on this click. Then we're going to take this container, not all elements, only the siblings. And we are going to make that height to auto. Whoop. And that'll happen with the previous interaction. So let's save that. And I mean, that works. Okay, actually, we need to delete that interaction here. Delete this one here. Okay, oh, wait, and delete this one here. Let's take a look and open. Okay, so that works to open. Now, but hang on a second. Is there anything else that we want to do? So it takes everything and closes it, right? But does nothing on a second click, right? So let's add this animation to all of them on the first click, Accordion 2. And action, start an animation, Accordion 2. So this should hopefully open so it's not working. It's not closing everything. It didn't close everything. Why did it not close everything? Oh, it moved to siblings. We want all elements to go to 0. But this one, I don't want all elements. I only want the siblings. Ah, it's like they're connected together. Shit. Okay, that's a problem. Oh, that's a problem. I mean, if it's after... so this is all elements. Oh, this is still, oh, that's annoying. So I can't. Oh my goodness. Is it just me, or can you not select different combinations of classes when you're adding these animations? Like this one here, you click on one, all elements set the initial state to 0. Okay, that's fine. Then after, we want to, anything that, actually this is, yeah, I think it's because of this. That's not going to work. Is that screwing everything? Only siblings. No, it's still... Oh, okay. So this might be a really big problem. Oh, unless we go with selected element. Let's try... I don't know if that's going to work either. So this one goes to auto. It's still going to be this. It looks like you can't change them. Oh, that is really disappointing. That is really disappointing. Like if I go all elements here. Or maybe it's just in the way. Let's try this again. This is really weird. Unless I'm missing something here. Okay. Click. Show hide. All elements with this class. I am going to want to... Oh, it's a show hide. I don't want the show hide. I want size. All elements go down to height of 0. Okay. So I'm going to select this again. Going to add another action. Going to want to do the size, but I'm going to want to do only the siblings, and I'm going to say give it a height of auto. And if I go back to here, it changes to only siblings. Okay, well, shit. So now I understand why FinSuite uses JavaScript to create these accordions, because the interaction panel doesn't give you the flexibility to compound different types of actions on different classes or on the same class. I guess you can say, unless I just thought of something here. All right. So this is according to, it sets it to 0. And that's what we can do. Can you compound animations? Like, can you select more than one? Like element trigger. So there's one mouse tap. Can I trigger another one? Like another mouse tap? And then so why don't I use IDs? I don't know if IDs is going to solve that problem. I mean, unless you're, the problem there, I see what you're saying. So if we're using IDs and then we use specific IDs for accordion 1, accordion 2, 3, the problem with that is that if somebody's going to copy that component, and whenever they're going to want to copy, and say they want to have, 10 frequently asked questions, then they're going to have to know to rename all the IDs to what they have to do, to what they want them to be. And then they're also going to have to update the interactions with the new ID names. So that kind of defeats the purpose of making it super easy to use. That's what I'm thinking anyways, in terms of how I think that would work if you can actually individually select each ID. And I think it would make the interactions just really complex. Which is why JavaScript, I think, is the only solution with this. But let's just see this for a second here. test action, and we're going to do show hide. No, not show hide. Delete that. We're going to do size of this thing. Size. Only siblings. And we're going to make this auto. So delete this. Okay, so if that's the case, I do need to also set. So now this has 2 triggers on it. So if we can do 2 triggers, that might help us. So this one, I want to do all elements. Let's go size. I want to set initial state as 0. And then on click, set all the other ones 0 as well. So we're going to save that. And let's see what we get. Open. Close. Open. Close. Open. Close. Is this going to work? I don't know. Let's see. Actually, let's just delete this one. Delete. Oh, it's not working. Delete. Delete. And let's copy, copy. Open. Open. Ooh, so there's a jarring animation there. But it's working-ish. It's happening at the same time, which is why it's giving that jarring effect. Because this one's opening, that one's closing. So they're not going at the same time. So we have this one going to auto, because they're basically going at the same time. But then when one finishes, then the other one's already finished, and then it just displays it. Something like that, I think, is happening. But I wonder, because this test that's the one that opens it. I wonder that in the interactions, if we can we'll do the other one first. So yeah, so that's a good idea. Why don't I modify the interaction on the second click? I might do that. The only thing that I'm thinking of is I would want it to be like super smooth. Like it would be nice when one opens, the other one closes, and it's all like one motion. Because if we do it close and then open, it's still going to work for sure. But if it could be smooth, I think that would be like that'd be like the A+, and then the other one would just be an A. So yeah, we'll see if this works, and then if not, then we'll do that. So thanks for that. Thanks for that tip. Yeah, I think that's gonna work. I hope. Okay, so what did I want to do? Right, we want to go back to these, and we want to do test first, and then accordion 2. Okay, so we add an interaction. On mouse click, select an action. Start an animation, and do test. Okay, so let's do another one. Mouse click, tap, select an action, an animation, accordion 2. Okay, So again, let's delete these two and then paste these guys. And let's see what we got. Now it's just wonky the other way. Because it closes, then opens. Closes, open. Close, open. Close, open. So, okay. So option number 2 would be, if I'm not mistaken, let's see what we got here. This one is, what does this one do? This one opens. Let's just do opens, just so I can think of this a little bit more clearly. Okay, so let's just change the duration here, 0.25, or let's just do it, yeah, 0.25, well, whatever. And this is, what is this one again? This is open. So let's give this a delay of 0.25 as well. So we'll save that. And then in this interaction, we are going to, no delay, but we're just going to say this is going to take 0.25 seconds, right? And that should smoothen it out. So in total, it's half a second for the animation, but each one is 0.25 seconds. So open. So that's not bad. It's jarring, I think, just because of the abrupt animation. But that's cool. That works. Except the first one, except on the first open. The first open has that 0.25 second click delay. Right there. Well, I can hear it. You probably can't hear the click, but I'm clicking and then there's a 0.25 second delay. So maybe we could do it the other way, where it opens first and then the other one closes. I don't know if that'll look jarring or not. Let's see. And this is, yeah, that's closing. So maybe let's ease this in and out here. See how that looks. Save that one. And go back to opens here. Edit this one. And no delay. And let's ease this one out as well. And then save that. No, that didn't work. I think I messed up somewhere. So Rolando, what are you saying here? In timing, modifies two at the same time. Not like this one, which is after the dots. Modifies two at the same time. I'm not quite sure what you're saying there. Modifies at the same time. Just after the dots. What am I missing here? Okay. We have oh, this is wrong here. Modifies two at the same time, not like this, which is after the previous interaction. So you're saying modifying modify the delay to be at the same time as both interactions. No, that wouldn't make any sense because the delay would just be 0, which is just what the standard delay is. Oh, yes. To modify the delay. So, if I'm hearing you right, okay, let me think about this for a second. So this interaction here, this initially sets everything to 0 at the start of the whole, something's ringing. I think that's the phone going off. Okay, everything here is set to 0 initially. All the accordion's contents set to 0. And this one, if there's anything that's open, it's going to have an animation duration, we'll say half a second, and that's going to go to 0 without delay. So that's just going to start at the start. So that's what that is now. And then in this interaction, to open things, again, no delay. And if we have 0.5 seconds of duration, what's going to happen, if I remember correctly, is when it opens, or it is jarring. Is this, hang on a second. I feel like, oh yeah, this is my issue I'm having as well too, is that the animation doesn't carry through on all of them. Did I hopefully delete? Oh, no, it should carry. It should be the same. It should be the same. Sorry, this is what happens when I get trying to think about lots of different things. I get myself no worries at all. No worries at all. I'm trying to figure this out. I think we'll get there. I think we're close. I'm just, yeah, we'll get there. I think we're close. I think I see what you're saying, but okay. Sorry, let's preview this. So that's still having a delay in the open and close, which shouldn't be there. So something changed in our animation. So this is on open. And that's only siblings, right? So that's only going to alter this one. And it's going to give that height in 0.5 seconds. But then the second one, I think this one, yeah, I think this one has to be done first. I think that's what the problem is that we're having here. If we go to the interactions, that opens needs to be second. Start an animation, opens. At least I think so. Yeah, so that's smooth. So let's go to this one. Let's try this one. No, I said the second animation needs to be opens. You know what? Easier to just do this. Let me see this again. Open, smooth, smooth. Well, how come? See, this one's smooth, but these ones aren't. Oh, could it? No, that couldn't be it. Could it be? Oh, this is backwards. How did it go backwards? Oh, maybe that was the problem. This one has accordion 2 and opens, and this one switched it. Well, let's try switching it back. Could it be that simple? It might even be that simple. That would be amazing if that was the reason why this was gumming me all up. Okay. Let's see this. Smooth, smooth, smooth. Oh, we're smooth now. Look at that. Look at that. Okay. Oh, okay. The issue was, I don't know why, whenever I was cutting and pasting the different accordion items, it was reversing the direction of the animation. Why? I don't know. It just was doing that. So, okay. So now we have it opening and closing correctly. Or sorry, we have it opening correctly. Now we just need to have, what do we need to have? What am I thinking of? We need to have them close if it's just that one, right? Like if it's double click. So sometimes the simplest solution is the right one. Yeah. Yeah. Oftentimes, what's that? Occam's razor or whatever it's called? The simplest explanation tends to be the right one. Agreed. Okay. Okay, so we're almost there, I think. Let's, no, where do we want to go? We want to go here. And what's next? Yeah, okay, we just want to close it. I guess it's on second click, right? But this is where it's going to get a little bit. But if we do on a second click, I'm worried that it's going to screw up a few things. Like on a second click after it opens. I feel like it might screw up things. Okay, so let's think about this. I don't think there's anything we can do within these interactions or these triggers that are going to help. I think we have to go, if we go into opens and then we just go, let me take a look at this. Yeah. And that's just the sibling, right? So I think we'll just do the reverse and hope that that works. So we're going to select a new animation and we're just going to, we'll create a new one. Let's just call this closes. And we're going to select the sibling. That's got sibling already. And we're going to set it to 0 and save it. And maybe that's it. And then we'll do the same for here. On second click, start an animation, closes. And then the same thing for here. First click, no, second click, start an animation, closes. And yeah, fingers crossed. Okay, here we go. Open. Yeah, that still is working. No, there's a mess up. No, now everything's out of sync again. So that opens, that closes. So that's not opening. I just clicked and I click again, it's opened. Click this one, it's closed. But this one, again, it already thinks it's open, I guess, or something weird like that. Yeah, so that's what happens. Things get out of sync when you open and close things. Because what I need to do is like when you click on one or when you double click, like on the second click, you need to reset all the elements and all the interactions back to 0 or back to the default state, which is not on like a first click, right? So that's the problem. And I don't think there's any way around this. So the only thing that we can do is if we go, let's just remove these on second click interactions. Or animations, I should say. We can have it so that, I mean, there's always one showing, which is not that bad. I mean, if you click this again, like nothing happens, right? So I can just spend all my time clicking and nothing happens. That's okay. And then you just always have one open. Like, why would you as a user want to close it anyways, right? Does it make much sense? And I mean, if we wanted to, we can set the first one to be open initially. Again, if you look at this one, you can open and close them. Sure. But, you know, is that a big deal? I don't know. Here's another problem with the way that these accordions work with the drop-down menu. If you bring it down into, you know, a smaller element, whether it's a tablet or whatever. Actually, if we just bring it here, and can we? So if you look at this here, this whole text is basically expanding outwards. It's not collapsing as it should. It's not behaving according to how it should with margins. But here, and this one isn't either too. Need to figure out why that is, but this one I feel like is an easier fix. But here, these things are. They're behaving much more like they should. And I think this just has to do with, actually, what does it have to do with this one? I'm not sure why for this one, to be honest. Unless I have some kind of width set. That I'll just have to take a look. But that was an issue I was finding with these things, is that these toggles were just behaving very, very erratically. Anyways. But what is going on with this one? It's here, it looks fine. Interesting. Yeah, see this text is spanning, it's going way out of bounds here. Whereas here, everything seems fine. Again, I don't know what's going on with these accordion drop downs. Anyways, what do you guys think? Do you think having this accordion, when you click on it, and you can click on other ones and you can open and close them, or sorry, you open and close them by clicking on another one, to not be able to close that one, is that a deal breaker for you in the behavior of an accordion? Would you get that into a website that you're building and be like, yeah, you know what? I need to have the ability to open and close these. And then I would totally understand if that's your thoughts as well too, because it makes sense to me as well. And maybe we do need to come up with a JavaScript solution. I'm not sure. Note. Always need to have one say accordion container open. or not note, but drawback. So you're always going to have drawbacks. Okay. So those are the two accordions. I don't think we need to dive more into accordions. I think we're good here. And I think what I'm going to do, well, let's do it right now. Let's add in the animations for, let's clean this whole thing up. Let's clean it up now, and then it's just done. And then we can move on to our hero section. Okay, so let's go back to here. What is this one here? So this closes is not a thing anymore. So let's get rid of that. So this is accordion 2. What does this do? This is closes everything. So let's rename this. Close, open, close, open content. And then this one here will be accordion 2. Open current content. Yeah, that's a little bit clunky, but closes. Yeah. So this one we could delete that. Actually, let's delete it. Let's delete that later. So we need to go in here and we need to update. So this is closing, and we also need to go to this interaction, this icon. And because if it's already open, we need to rotate it back to 0. And you can do this at the same time as this one. So we'll hit save on that one. But in this one, as we're doing this one, we will go to this icon, add an action. Oh, add an action. We are going to rotate. And I think we want to rotate it minus 180 degrees with the previous action. Save. Let's have a look. Rotate. 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 Okay, that's excellent, except it's not rotating back. Oh, because it's rotating 0 degrees. It's not like setting it back at the initial state. Right. So what can we do? I mean, if we set the rotation, if we set the initial state of it, we need to actually select our right element. Okay, action, rotation, 0, set it as the initial state. But I feel right. This is only going to select. It's only children with this class. Or we want to select all elements. Let's try all elements. Let's see if that works. So rotate. Rotate. That works. That is working. Perfectly. So that's closed. That's closed. This is open. Yeah, not being able to click and close it is really almost unacceptable. I don't know if we're going to want to keep to that. But this is looking slick though. I like it. But the animation is complicated. Like, it is complicated, so it is really kind of frustrating, but you know, what can you do? Should be like step 1 and step 2 or something like that. And I think what we want to do on this accordion 2 toggle is we want to bring the cursor to pointer. So then you really know that you can click anywhere in there to open and close it, which is nice. Be really nice if there was a click off the screen. Like if I go to accordion 2, like interactions. Yeah, click. But click on what? I could have it just say click on like the body. Well, let's see. Let's see. Close everything. So actions. Oh, but no, I'd have to put the interaction on the actual body tag, not on like here. Because then you can have the Z index, and this will go over top of it, and then the body won't be visible, and then you can click outside of it. Yeah, but then it's also... yeah. Nah, that's not going to work. That's going to be stupid. It's going to be stupid. All right. Save, I guess, but... gosh, let's get rid of it. Delete that. And interactions. Delete all those. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe people with like OCD or whatever are just gonna flip out when they're not gonna be able to close their accordions. That's possible. Okay. Accordion 2. Close step 1. Close all. And then, yeah, save that. And then this one. Step 2. Open. Yeah, open clicked. Selected. It's better. All right. So if I copy, is this gonna... this should be the same, right? Step 1, step 2. So if I copy and paste this, is it going to be the same? Because last time it flipped the step 1 and step 2. No, it's still the same. Excellent. All right. Delete. Is this as good or better than the first accordion? How do I use this in my project? How can I update the animations in this accordion? Okay. So these two accordions, they need some cleaning up. Definitely need to make them look a little bit better, a little bit cleaner, especially this one here. This one still hasn't been styled at all. So I'll need to work on that, which I'll do. I think I'll do that off stream because that's kind of boring. You guys don't need to see me fiddle around with that. And I think, unfortunately, I think I'm going to leave it here today. And we didn't get to any of the hero sections, which is annoying because that was the title of this video. So I apologize about that. So I'm going to change the title of this video to be like Accordions Part 2. And then tomorrow we're going to get into doing some hero sections because I got some pretty cool ones that we're going to do, like image or like a video background or just a full screen background, and just some cool hero sections with like call to actions and those kinds of things. So that's what we'll work on tomorrow. So thank you, everyone. Ronaldo, thank you so much for the help. Really appreciate it. And it was very helpful. So thank you so much for that. Yeah, I think that is it. Thank you again. And nothing else to say, but keep plugging away. That actually rhymes. And we'll see you back here tomorrow for a brand new stream. Till then, have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow.